Welcome. Welcome Bryan University guests and class of 2018 to this graduation ceremony. If you would, please stand at home for our national anthem, performed by our very own Associate Registrar, Rachel Obar.
It is such an honor to be asked to sing the national anthem for all of you. This is going to be my first time performing by myself in front of anyone. And so, although I'm nervous, I just keep thinking about the fact that if all of you can have the grit to keep going to school, no matter what comes up for you, and you can make it all the way to the end and graduate like you're doing, and I can probably sing this for you today. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
Welcome, honored guests, friends, family, and graduates to the 2018 Bryan University graduation ceremony. We are delighted that you can attend this memorable occasion, celebrating the academic achievements of our graduates. I am Mary Mules, Dean of Students, and I am honored and privileged to be your Master of Ceremonies for this year's graduating class. Graduation is such an exciting time in our lives, so let's get started with the ceremony and festivities. First, I would like to introduce the president of Bryan University, Eric Evans.
Thank you, Mary. Honored graduates, family, and friends, on behalf of Bryan University faculty and staff, I welcome you to this great occasion. Although you can't see it, you're surrounded by graduates from across the nation brought together at this very special moment on this very special day. And then although we are geographically separated, I can't but help feel our strength in numbers today. I'd like to take a few moments to reflect on the educational journey that we've taken together. I want to start off with sharing a brief story from my home life. So at home, I have 6 children. And as a parent, you wonder at times what journey or journeys are each of your children going to take? And are they going to realize what potential they have? Are they going to persist? Are they going to give into doubt? Are they going to realize their fullest potential? I worry. So a couple weeks ago, my 11-year-old son came up, and he was holding his report card. He was sad. And as I came in, he said, "Dad, I'm just not that good." My heart sunk. I grabbed his report card, and we looked over it together and started to reflect on his educational journey. So as I looked through his report card, the first subject we came to was math. He had an A in math. Wow, I was inside very excited about that. He still looked sad. Went to the next subject, English. A as well. Why in the world is he so sad? Came to the next subject, social science, a C. So this must be what's frustrating him. So as I sat there, I tried to reflect a bit and think about why is he so sad? Because what this report card didn't share is the following journey. So over 2 years, or go back 2 years, his report card in math read something like this, a C, borderlining a D. Also for English, it read something like this, again, a C, borderlining a D. And then in social sciences, it was actually an A borderlining a B. And so I sat down and thought, why is he so sad about his journey? The report card didn't reflect the hours and hours of dedication in doing additional math problems to lift that grade. It didn't reflect hours and hours of time going through vocabulary lists, going through practice spelling tests to lift that grade. It didn't reflect all of that extra energy that he had gone through over the past couple of years. In fact, it didn't reflect that most recently he was elected to sit on a math competition team. But yet here he was, sad, wondering how I would feel about his report card, wondering, am I good enough? So as all this went through my mind in just a matter of seconds, he and I took a couple minutes to reflect on that journey, to reflect on the progress that he made in math, to reflect on the progress that he made in English, and then to talk a little bit about why he believed he wasn't seeing a similar result in social studies. And then I shared a current theme that we have in our family. It's called Evanses Do Hard Things. And so we talked about, all of the hard things that he's done throughout his life. And he realized and came to his own conclusion that he too could be successful in social studies if he wanted to. And in fact, as we went through his journey in social studies together, we uncovered his particular challenge with that course. Hey, Dad, you know what? My challenge might be I sit next to my best friend, and we like to talk a lot and throw things. You know what? If I were to change seats, I think I might do better. So he went back to school, changed seats, and a couple weeks later, we had a parent-teacher conference, and the social studies teacher shared how wonderful he was doing. But I share that story because I can't help but feel there may be some application to the journeys that each of you have taken. How many of you, when you first started your journey, felt overwhelmed or felt anxious? And for some reason, you decided to persist. For some reason, you may have known or may have not known, you decided to do hard things as well and to be an example to others. In fact, do you realize that most people in our country that attempt to complete a degree don't? And it gets even worse online, because online you have to balance work, you have to balance life, you have to balance all the things that happen, and now you're adding an education above that. But yet, all of you persisted today, and I'm amazed. I stand before you as a testament of that amazement, that I believe and I know that each one of you do very hard things. And this thing I can promise you, as you take these next steps in life, as you go to work and derive a benefit from these new skills, you will experience hard things. As sure as the sun rises, you will have complexities in your life. But my hope and desire today, and my parting words to you as president of Bryan University, is that you'll reflect back on this day, on this time, and remember that you have done hard things. And no matter what life will throw at you, you can persist if you choose. And similar to my son, I know that if you applied the grit and the tenacity that you use to get through your program, you can get through anything in life. And no matter what life throws at you, the doubts, the insecurities, that you can persist and find joy and really derive a positive benefit for you and your family for many years to come. That being said, I would now like to turn the time back over to Mary to introduce our honored guests. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. It is with great pride that I tell you a little something about our next guest. Here at Bryan University, we present information to our students with the true belief that grit helps one to succeed in life pursuits. What is grit? What is it all about? Well, it's the day in, day out perseverance to stick with it, whatever that it is for each and every one of us, into the distant future. It's passion, it's stamina, it's tenacity, determination, endurance, and courage. As Angela Lee Duckworth stated in her video on grit, grit is living life like it's a marathon, not a sprint. Like every Bryan University student, she recorded her purpose statement back in 2016. She wrote, "My goals for becoming a paralegal are more than just goals. I'm very passionate about this career choice. To be able to prove to myself and my kids that even though life throws you curveballs, with hard work, dedication, passion, and drive, it can be done." Well, Amy Howard has certainly done it. She has taken a plane for the first time in her life to be here, stand before you, and demonstrate the power of that determination and the success that follows it. The same determination and success you all have earned for yourselves. I would like to introduce you to our next guest speaker, a current student who overcame many such challenges to make sure she stays true to herself, to her grit. Please welcome Amy Howard.
Thank you, Mary. Good afternoon. I'd like to begin by welcoming the faculty from Bryan, the alumni, the honored guests, the graduating class, and finally all our family and friends. I'm pleased that everybody's here with me today. And finally, I'd like to take a moment to express my gratitude for all of the support and in honoring the academic achievements of this year's graduates. Joe Franz said, "Take a limitation and turn it into an opportunity. Then take an opportunity and turn it into an adventure by dreaming big." For those of you who may not know me, my name is Amy Agent Amesiggles Howard. And for those of you who already do, you're well aware that I am not Willy Wonka. I don't sugarcoat things, and I speak the truth. You see, this journey and enrolling at Bryan University was one of my best decisions. The faculty, the online programs, the learning structure, and all the student resources available, incredible. But what makes BU really great is the people, our instructors, our peers, everyone willing us to be the best versions of ourselves. So, naturally, when I heard that Bryan was going to have a student speaker this year, I was pumped. I prepared for battle, and I knew what had to be done. I then told my mother and my father of this situation, in which this was their response. My mother, "Well, Calvin, she does have the gift of gab." Oh my God, really? And then my father, "Oh, Phyllis, please, dear God, do not let them give her a microphone." I mean, how could I not go for it with such a strong emotional support system in place? Well, here we are, and I'm extremely honored that I have been given this opportunity to share my gift of gab with all of you. Franklin D. Roosevelt said, "Take a method and try it. If it fails, admit it frankly and try another, but by all means try something." In trying, I have stumbled. I have made mistakes, and I have failed. We all have. Fortunately, it's the way we grow from these situations that separate the weak from the strong. We need balance, both good and bad, because life without failure can have no success. Life without struggles couldn't reward any progress. And life without defeat would never achieve victory. We are all hardwired the same way, no matter what race, age, sex we are. And I feel it's safe to say that as children, we were all curious, intelligent, ambitious, who dreamt big dreams. Reality, though, is even as children, we grew from the struggles, the defeats, and the failures. We learned that practice makes perfect, to hold our heads high, to never give up, and we soon realized that with consistency, dedication, and hard work, we could finish anything. We weren't successful, we were knowledgeable, skilled, and accomplished. We are all worth the struggles, the mistakes, and the failures. We need to realize we are worth the risks, even if we fail. We need to accept things when they do not go as planned. And then we need to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and try again. I know you want success, but what is success really? Money? Power? A title? For me, success is much simpler. It's knowing I was able to finish a set-out goal. I succeeded by finishing, but that's me. Perhaps it's not you. But then again, I don't know how you perceive success. I do know that life is going to continue to challenge me, and that more mistakes and failures will arise. And I'm okay with it. And you should be too. Why? Because as I stand here in front of all of you, I see people who already knew they were worth the effort, the struggles, the mistakes, and failures. I see a family whom I'm proud to call my own. I won't lie to you and tell you you're going to land that dream job as soon as you leave today. I can't tell you if you're going to make loads of money, but I hope you do, and let's be clear about one thing, I'm leaving today broke. What I can tell you is we've been taught the skills and we have mastered the lessons, and we are Bryan graduates. In closing, Stephen Richards said, "The measure of success is how many times you can bounce back from failure." Well, graduates, I believe that's our cue. Let's go out and show the world how we here at Bryan have bounced back, and let us lead by example and teach them all just how we roll. Go Team Bryan, congratulations, thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Amy, for sharing your gritty story and inspiring remarks. Congratulations on your degree on this momentous graduation day. Your speech truly inspires us to push through our hurdles and to make us grittier for no matter what challenges come our way. Next, I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker, Mr. Fred Lockhart. Fred is the Executive Director of Arizona Private School Association, the largest organization for private schools in Arizona. Fred has served in the field of education for several decades, first as an instructor and ultimately as a leader in private education. On a personal level, Fred has been my mentor in education for the past 20 years. So a warm welcome to Mr. Fred Lockhart.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, friends, family. Welcome to the 2018 graduation of Bryan University. I'm Fred Lockhart, and I have the privilege and the honor of being with you today to celebrate your accomplishment. I've come from the future, and I have a few words to share with you as I come back to talk to you as a graduating class. The world's not as bad as you think, people. It is not. Let's take a look at what you've accomplished over the last few years. You gave yourself to a cause, and that was to change the course of your life through education, through changing how you felt about you, to dedicating yourself to completing something that you at times did not think you would ever get through. This was hard. Reflect upon the difficulties that you've gone through. Draw upon this experience for the rest of your life. The strength that you have to know that, given the challenge, you can rise to it. Not just this one here, but any other challenge that comes your way. And that's for all time to come. That's a wonderful thing to have. You've also built a sense of community with all the people who've gone through this with you. This is your graduation too, friends, family, pets. How many times did your dog sit there and watch you study, going, oh, I wish we'd go to bed now, but no, we have to study because we've got the big test yet tomorrow. That big test is always tomorrow. You've completed them all. Now there's something important I would like you to do, and that's to reinvest in who you are and your relationships with those who served you well on this long journey. They took a hit too. They couldn't do much. They couldn't watch TV, enjoy themselves because they were supporting you while you studied, while you got ready for this next step in your professional careers. And speaking of your professions, be a student of your profession. Invest in it. Invest in yourself continually. This is called lifelong learning. You will never get to the point where you're done learning. Never happens. Invest in your community. Be a part of it. Be of service to others. That is the greatest joy I've ever received in my life, is constantly being of service to someone else. My troubles melt away when I am being of service to others. You have the chance also to make sure you join your professional associations and organizations. Find out more about your profession. Support it. Be a leader. And it's funny, but leaders, you can either lead from behind or in front. You make the choice. Either way, you're going to lead. It was my mother, and the year was 1967. My dad was deployed. He was a Navy man. He was gone for 19 years while I was growing up, off and on. That's a lot of time away, with a wife and 5 children. And my mother, she would do odd jobs here and there and work wherever she had to make sure that the kids had enough. And magically, lunches were made in the morning and house was clean and we were ready to go. And she just took care of business. But she would disappear to evenings for about 4 or 5 months. We didn't know where she was. And you knew better than to ask my mother where she was going as a child. Then one evening, she comes back to the house and she's wearing this beautiful little white uniform with a little medical caduceus pin right here. And we go, "What is this, Mom? What?" Says, "You children, come here, all of you. I want you to know something. Your mother has an education now." That changed our lives completely. That moment in time is seared into my soul as if I saw her yesterday, standing there in her white uniform with her white shoes and a little gold caduceus pin on her lapel. Education is what y'all need, my mother would say. Every one of you. I'm proud to report to you that Dorothy Lockhart's children, all 5 of them, graduated from college and are professionals and spend our time being of service to others. That is the most noble thing that we can do, is to help others. We practice the art of humanity very seldom these days, but we can, once again, embrace who we are as people. We all stand on the shoulders of giants. That's what made us possible. That's what made me possible. What made you possible. Reflect upon that. Know your story. Your story just changed because you are now writing your own narration. You are the author. And you have the chance and the responsibility to share those with those who are coming up behind you. Gone are the days when just a high school diploma will suffice in the world of work. You know that. That's why you've undertaken this arduous journey over time to change your life. I would like to leave you with the immortal words of Dr. Seuss. Don't be sad that it's over. Be glad that it happened. This was a wonderful chapter in your life, but it's not over. It's not closed by a long shot. These relationships will be yours for the rest of your days. That important time is coming up for me to say goodbye to you. To say goodbye to you as students, to say goodbye to you as graduates, and to welcome you as colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you for those inspiring remarks, Fred. Your words truly resonated with Bryan University's mission of liberating innate greatness. I would like to echo some of Fred's remarks at this time and acknowledge with deep gratitude the invaluable support of our students, family, and friends. You are the community that has quite literally stood beside these students through their transformative journey, cheering them on and picking them up when they needed it most. Thank you for making this day possible. And to our students, now, with your degree in your hand, you have the power to give back to your community. Through your profession and lifelong learning, you add to the lives of those around you in ways that can be difficult to measure, but ways that echo for generations and generations. I would also like to take this moment to give special thanks to all our faculty and staff who have supported their students. Their efforts in the classroom, outreach, and care are much appreciated and are instrumental in the success of our graduates. Staff do so much more than just answering student questions as they arise. They continuously challenge themselves to think creatively about how they can better support every aspect of our students' experiences and lives. Our staff are committed, passionate individuals who show grit and determination from behind the scenes to make sure our front lines can thrive. Faculty do more than just teaching and lecture. They help their students overcome challenges to attain their academic and professional goals. Our faculty bring real-life experience to the classroom, inspiring students and motivating them to continue in their studies. Many of our faculty and staff are listening today to celebrate in the success of our graduates. For every life you've touched, thank you so much. And so, on behalf of the faculty at Bryan University, I am honored to present to you the candidates for our certificate, associate, and bachelor degree programs. To begin, I invite Catherine McNally, Program Director of our Stenography program, to say a few words. Catherine?
Thank you, Mary. Stenography. Do they still do that? Hasn't voice recognition, VHS, beta, and cassettes replaced that? What? You don't know what VHS and beta and cassettes are? Stenography has outlived all that advanced media used for recording the spoken word. Stenography is used to record history in the courtrooms, the government, through captioning and cart captioning for the deaf and hard of hearing. Not only has stenography not been replaced, but there are more opportunities than ever for graduates of this program. I know stenographers whose job is to take international depositions, traveling the world, and stenographers who travel from sporting event to sporting event, jet-setting around the globe. I know captioners and cart captioners who work from home, and cart captioners who attend courses in high schools and the largest universities with their clients, providing real-time access for deaf and hard of hearing students, as well as other students with learning disabilities and physical challenges. These stenography graduates have learned a new language and skill. They have worked on grammar, punctuation, medical terminology, and technology to prepare themselves for the fabulous careers in front of them. They have taken hundreds of tests on their road to passing each level with 95% accuracy, ultimately at a speed of 225 words per minute. I contemplated reading this at 225 words per minute, but no matter what speed it is, imagine recording 95% or more of all the words spoken. These graduates can. Congratulations. And now a reading of the graduates for stenography. Lauren Bazzario, Jeffrey Curtis, Jason Kobiellis, Taylor Maldonado, Deanna Oakes, Jenna Parsons, Audrey Pritchard, Jessica Wasdyke. And now, my good friend and colleague, Nick Keeling, will introduce the fitness program graduates. Thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Catherine, for the introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you each about the accomplishment of the students and the graduates who are before you. And specifically with the fitness graduates, you may get into the program really thinking about how you want to motivate others, and you may get into the program thinking you're going to wear swim trunks or yoga pants and a tank top and walk around the gym and count out reps and congratulate people. And little did you know that you had to learn an entire new language upon entry into an undergrad cert, an associate's, or a bachelor's program. You guys have made it through 10, 20, or even 30 months of a fairly grueling program. And you had the look on your face that most students do when they come into the program. It's, what did I just get myself into? And so you may start with something like, what is a rep and what is a set?
But then you get into the gluteus medius and how it eccentrically decelerates from oral internal rotation, or how you have to take a body fat measurement for a skin fold analysis, and it's midway between the inguinal crease and the superior patellar pole. And then your crazy instructor has to beat this into you 100 to 200 times before you even become proficient at it. And this is just a snapshot of some of the things that you have to do in the program. Not only that, but you've had to take a minimum of 200 quizzes to be successful in even the undergraduate cert. So anyone that says getting into fitness is easy, or that it's a simple career, or that you can make money without ever applying yourself, didn't go through what you just went through. And I can attest to this myself, and so can all the faculty before you, that what you went through is about getting in a career and making this a passion for the rest of your life. Whether you do it part-time or you do it full-time, this isn't just a one-off certification from a third-party vendor. It's not a committee full of people that are testing you on a few nuances in the fitness field. This is being a frontline healthcare provider and being able to refer out when you need to. I couldn't be more proud as your program director for the graduating class of 2018 in all of your endeavors that you wish to go through and challenge yourself in. I'm by your side, and so are 31 faculty. Thank you for making this the biggest challenge of your career, and thank you for taking on the much needed profession of a frontline healthcare professional. You will not need luck, you will need skill, and you will need knowledge and abilities when you move into the field, and you have those now. And so without further ado, I would like to congratulate you, the 2018 fitness graduates from the undergrad certificate program, the associates, and the bachelor's in personal fitness and exercise science. And now I'd like to get into the graduate names. Personal training undergraduate certificate graduates. Dennis Baker Love. Shane Bichelle. Austin Blaylock. Gerald Bradford. Diane Bryant. Chandler Berner. Jeremy Butler. Jasmine Campos. Tierra Cast. Jasmine Serta. Jennifer Serta. Justin Chuvician. Francesca Coleman. Max Cody. Christopher Denham. Ia Diddley. Leon Dowdle. Adriana Epperson. Daniel Esposito. Jeanette Foreman. Nathaniel Franco. Cynthia Glover Perez. Amanda Goodison. Joshua Gramont. Ian Granston. Tyler Hales. Trevin Hayward. Jeffrey Hepner. Zakia Holmes. Bryan Huggins. Christopher Johnson. Kamishi Jones. Brett Kern. James King. Matthew Kittner. Jacob Lafon. Ramiro Lechuga. Angelique McCrae. Michael McMillan, Benito Munoz Velez, Jeffrey Neal, Stephen Pisarski, Martin Ramirez III, Keisha Rivera, Logan Rose, Isaac Salazar, Justin Sanders, Brian Silva, Jessica Skinner, Letitia Stacy, Shelby Stevenson, Benjamin Tardif, Brenda Terry, Eric Thompson, Brandon Valdez, Antonio Farner, Rachel Vaughn, Alan Verano, Kelby Wiley Tagged, Casey Young Andreas, James Zardas. And now, the graduates of the Associates Program. Robert Ackland III, Sarah Ayla, Scott Alvarez, Janelle Apper, Sarah Armel, Amanda Arnold, Erica Asaskas, Monica Avignon, Kristen Badgley, Abby Bayer, Nicholas Baker, Stephen Barbie, Daniel Barkdahl, Jillian Barrett, Caitlin Barrick, Alexandria Bayless, Janie Bell, Leo Bellamy, Simone Bennett, Tiffany Bishop, Dominic Bivens, Tiara Blackman, Pauline Bowser, Neosha Bryant, Melissa Busby, Bethany Caldwell, Cassandra Carrillo, Ronald Carter, Brandon Sepulveda, Dallas Christensen, Jamie Cleveland, Shannon Coleman, Derek Cornwell, Marcus Crank, Anthony Craparo, Tanner Kapari, Angela Damron, Daryl Deason, Mark Delgado, Nicole Dindersky, Casey Disharoon, Thomas Gabrucki, Benjamin Dowell, Damaris DuPoy, Christian Egolf, Gwen Evans, David Ferron, Ian Flores, Samantha Ford, Logan Fritz, Tanya Garcia, Taylor Gervler, Lydia Gomez, Antonio Gonzalez, Cesar Gonzalez, Corey Golet, Amber Gilroy, Matthew Haley, Michael Hamilton, Yancey Harris, Lorena Hernandez, Miranda Hernandez, Jared Human, James Hinton, Cron Hopes, Mariah Henneke, Taib Ihekaroni, Davina Jakes, Curtis Jenkins, Jason Jenkins, Cody Johnson, Brandon Joseph, Sophia Juarez, Natasha Klinghagen, Robert Lawson, Tiffany Labar, Lavelle Lee Riley, Arthur Livingston, Alicia Martinez, Tommy Martinez, Terriana Massey, Bradley Matthews, Justin McCallums, Heather McKinney, Brenda Menyes, William Myers, Michael Nagitz, Barry Mitchell, Maurice Mitchell, Crescentia Mora, Lashana Morgan, Amanda Mullen, Samuel Muth, Aaron Nagel, Emily Nazaria, Kyle Neal, Alyssa Nelson, Kirsten Nguyen, Bethany Noel, Melanie Norris, Rebecca Odom, Elizabeth Otten, Miranda Palomino, Justine Parker, Taylor Parker, Robert Pascarella, Tristan Payne, Shalisa Pecor, Joe Pearson, Keith Porter, Ashley Post, Jacob Howard, Heather Rates, Christian Ragan, Frank Rangel, Crystal Reese. Antoine Riggins. Arlisha Roberts. Christopher Robinson. Haley Robinson. Caterin Rodriguez. Pedro Rodriguez. Adam Rogers. Iridius Ruiz. Robert Riztarski. Mariah Salazar. Jade Saul. Rane Schmidt. Jacob Shriver. Betty Sermon. Mike Shook. Michelle Singleton. Sarah Solis. Paul Spencer. Enoch Spone. Joshua Steppe. Crystal Stewart. Eva Stockton. Tracy Stringer. Craig Struckman. Haven Zambellin. Victoria Tishro. Bethany Thies. Moses Thompson. Justin Till. Devin Tillman. Felix Tor. Randy Villanueva. Rebecca Vosberg. Katrina Walker. Shantez Watts. Tyler Weska. Banny Weeb. Devin Wolf. Letitia Wood. William Younger II. Naomi Zerbachin. And now, the Bachelor's, Professional Fitness and Exercise Science. Hannah Blau. Christopher Boardman. Terrence Bond. Aaron Bradley. Christy Brones. Trakima Carson. Justin Chauvin. Shernail Christopher. Craig Civitella. Cindy Cook. Joseph Crawford. Brandy David. Trellis Day. Kimberly Delbum. Scott Falk. Mike Ferris. Madeline Finnegan. Lyle Gaman. Carrie Gaudio. Brittany Gibbony. Riley Glassberg. Casey Graham. Montel Harris. Jakes Hearse. Everett Herrera, Crystal Huffman, Isaiah Hurd, Robert Kaplan, Ellie Kingsley, Daniel Larson, Jonah Lawrence Jr., Brian Lovett, Mark Luna, Christopher Mills, Nancy Mosick, Andrew Morales, Terrence Nimmers, Lawrence Oakley, Camille Oakes, Jason Parker, Caitlin Payton, Tamika Phillips, Marco Plakov, Jeffrey Lee Pruitt, Samantha Purcell, Alicia Redmond, Mark Rial, AJ Ronabeck, Giancarlo Santiago, Marika Smith, Sarah Smith, Kia Stater, Khalil Tubbs, Zachary Van Curren, Cameron Watson, John Williams, Vincent Wimberly. Congratulations, fitness graduates. And now I would like to introduce the program director for the healthcare program, Marjorie Rosen.
Welcome, graduates, friends, and family. What a journey. Look how far you've come. Remember when you thought a hippo was a girl hippo? You discovered a new best friend, Google. Remember the nights you spent watching YouTube videos trying to figure out, is it really an excision or a resection or an extraction because doctors don't follow PCS guidelines? Or the pain from the Trailblazer form when trying to do E&M audits? You've come so far. Grads, do you remember when you thought I-10 was just an interstate? Now when you hear I-10, you know you don't have it because it's not a timed test. Be proud what you've learned and that you've learned a whole new language. Before you started, you didn't know the difference between a CMS 1500 form or a UB04. Now you know the difference between an inpatient census and a daily inpatient census. So thank you for your dedication. And it wouldn't be me if I didn't give you one last coding scenario. Congratulations. Associates, Advanced Medical Billing, Coding, and Electronic Records. Caitlin Allen, Amy Amato, Alexandria Amort, Enola Bollinger, Holly Barnes Kaufman, Kiana Bass, Beverly Bates, Jennifer Benson, Kathy Blizzard, Rebecca Brault, Tiffany Burleson, Amanda Busey, Kadeen Campbell, Whitney Campbell, Cherie Carter, Nicole Castano, Rebecca Collier, Marilla Colliette, Mary Coltas, Rhonda Christ, Bethany Day, Crystal DeMount, Sharonda Dever, Nancy Diaz Martinez, Rafiq Eloise, Shaquem Evans, Annette Fry, Kelly Giles, Jocelyn Gibson, Bertha Gonzalez, Jenna-Lee Gonzalez, Diane Goodman, Melissa Gray, Denise Green, Rhonda Hamill, Regina Hampton, Jennifer Hildreth, Wendy Hildebrandt, Melissa Hedrith, Heather Hooterich, Angel Holcomb, Melissa Holmes, Samantha House, Amy Hauser, Cheryl Hughes, Pauline Hurtado, Agnes Hussey, Courtney Johnson, Memory Lang, David Lee, Amy Lopez, Glenda Lone, Mary Marple, Sharon Mason, Leisha Malden, Tiffany McIntosh, Hope McMurray, Carmen Mijares, Robert Miles, Joshua Millman, Natividad Morales, Roger Morris, Jacqueline Nace, Jennifer Neal, Jesse Ortiz, Bonnie Park, Sharon Patterson, Jennifer Pugh, Natalie Ramirez, Rita Ramirez, Dolarita Roch, Sarah Richard, Judy Richardson, Donna Richburg, Mary Kay Rossborough, Roseanne Roy, Kelly Reese, Christy Sanders, Tabitha Shepard, Sharita Smith, Sylvia Spar, Magdala St. Jude, Jadalyn Stewart Harley, Emily Stinnett, Melissa Sumter, Melissa Swift, June Tarver, Amy Thompson, Kimberly Tornaby, Tammy Termath, Laura Turner, Patsy Verdon, Tony Wagner, Melissa White, Natalie Williams, Valerie Williams, Nicole Whitson, Associates, Health Information Technology. Lynn Archie, William Craig, Victoria Galavis, Gladys Garcia, Heather Gerard, Marissa Gibson, Cindy Hirening, Shayla Holman, Kelsey Hulaby, Amy Matrovich, Allison Maskell, Caitlin Morales, April Nash, Casey Norris, Sandra Norris, Sandra O'Connor, Corrine Petterkin, Shannon Schimmel, Patricia Sugal, Melanie Swinson, Felicia Tressler, Kayla Wyman. Congratulations. Next is the paralegal programs, read by Nola Wright.
If I were to ask you what is a tort, you might be thinking, oh, it's a flaky French pastry with fruit or chocolate on top. Well, a paralegal graduate would tell you differently, just as they would tell you that an opinion isn't a personal point of view, an argument isn't necessarily a contest or a fight, e-filing isn't a line dance, and legal hold is not a wrestling move. They could tell you the difference in all of these terms and a lot more, and it is with great pride and confidence that I welcome the following individuals into the legal profession. Katrina Annegy, Tyona Anthony, Shaylin Barrett, Cecilia Bibot, Sequoia Billings, Catherine Burns, Becky Selly, Alexis Chapman Mitchell, Brenda Cole, Jennifer Kalunga, Egwa Egwa, Adoralita Esquivel, Kayla Floria, Rochelle Freelo, Angela Gilner, Fabrice Glenn, Rosalind Gonzalez, Jessica Hall, Takesha Horn, Amy Howard, Mindy Kadri, Andrea Lambert, Luz Martinez, Tamra McCluskey, Rebecca Meyer, Linnell Pace, Deshauna Pierce, Jennifer Raspberry, Michelle Ria, Philip Santana, James Silvestri, Ashley Sotero, Angela Stewart, Phalis Strickland, Wendy Swinaki, Lanisha Agboma, Valeria Valeray, Timothy Weber, Michelle Williams, Katrina Woods, Christina Wyatt. And graduates of our bachelor degree, Barbara Blankenship, Yadith Gomez, Era Kukui Valdez, Sadie Lowry, Larry Martin, Sharika Red, Deborah Spees. Congratulations, Bryan University graduates.
Thank you, Nola. Now to the conferring of degrees. Graduates, please stand. Stand wherever you are. You might be watching this from a park. You might be viewing this from home. Wherever you are, even at work, please stand to be recognized. As president of Bryan University, and on behalf of our faculty, I confer upon you publicly the earned certificates, diplomas, and degrees for which you have been presented, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. Graduates, please move your tassels from the right side to the left side to signify this accomplishment. Go now and be leaders in your profession, contribute to your community, and continue to learn, grow, and persist so that you and those around you can continue to find joy. Again, congratulations, graduating class of 2018. Go take some time for yourself tonight. Spend it with family, friends, loved ones, to remember this momentous occasion that you, each and every one of you, have earned. And please go forth, go out to your communities, serve, be leaders in your industry. Take advantage of the skills, of the knowledge, of the capabilities that you've earned through this journey to bless yourselves and your families. Have a wonderful afternoon. Have a safe evening. Thank you so very much.